Hello everybody, this is Lego Motion here, and today we have a very special video. I apologize for the long wait time. I have not uploaded in almost a year, but today I have something a little bit different. I'm going to be showing off my custom Undertale characters. So there's 11 of them in total. I didn't have enough pieces to build obviously every character in the game, but I got most of the main ones done, so I'm excited to see what you guys think. Okay, so the first character we have here is Frisk. Now, this is the person you actually play as in the game Undertale, and to build them I just used a plain blue torso, plain blue short legs, a blank yellow head, some brown long hair, and then I just got some purple paint and painted a couple stripes on the torso to represent their striped shirt, and I painted some purple on their feet. And for the face, I just got a simple marker and drew a couple lines to represent the neutral face expression. I think this figure turned out pretty well, and pretty happy with it. Next up, we have Papyrus, and Papyrus is probably the second most famous character in Undertale. He is one of the skeleton brothers. Sans, the skeleton, is his other brother. He was pretty complicated to build, as you can see. I used some rod pieces for the legs and attached them to the torso by using this snot brick, which has studs on two sides. And for the arms, I used a mix of bars and clips to get the hands so he can hit his famous pose. And for his broad shoulders, I used motorcycle helmets. So I think these work really well. And then for his head, I just colored it with a Sharpie. I think it turned out really nice. And it's another motorcycle helmet, but just with a white head underneath of it. So yeah, I really like this figure. Next up, we have probably the most famous Undertale character, this Sans, the skeleton. This is Papyrus's brother, and to build him, I used a Minecraft skeleton head and then used a Sharpie and some white paint to paint his face on. So I think that turned out really nice. And for his body, I used a snot brick with some rollerblade pieces, which are really cool because they allow you to put studs on the side of them, so I can make it look like he has his hands in his pockets. And then of course I have his iconic pink slippers and black shorts. I really like this figure. The next character we have is Undyne. Now for Undyne, I used a blue head and then painted on her face. I used some yellow paint to get her teeth and her eye, and then I used a Sharpie to do the rest of the black. Then I got a one of these long hair pieces in black, and I painted it red. This is her casual fit though. She just has jeans and a tank top, but I also have her armor, which I will put on. Alright, now here's Undyne in her armor, which looks very cool. It just uses a CMS, collectible minifigure, knight body, and chest plate. Then we can swap her hair out for her helmet, which I think looks really cool. Alright, next up is Mettaton. Now, I don't have the pieces to build Mettaton EX, but this is just his standard cube form, and I have his little wheel, the different colors on his face represented with the tiles, and then he has his two arms and of course his microphone so he can host his TV show. He's very simple, but he scales really well with the other characters, so I'm really happy with how he turned out. Next up is Alphys, the scientist. Now, she was pretty straightforward to build. I grabbed a female scientist torso here, and then I got some short legs that are dual molded, so half is white and then half is yellow, which really fits how she looks in the game. And then I just made her head using this 1x2 snot brick. And for her nose, I just put a short black bar in there to make those kind of look like nostrils. And then I have her her front teeth hanging over because she's a kind of a nerdy character in the game. I think this is a pretty cute character, and I'm pretty happy with how she turned out. Alright, so these guys are more side characters, but I still wanted to include them because I think they are pretty cool. We have Royal Guard 1 and Royal Guard 2. Now this guy uses a bounty hunter helmet and some Ninjago armor with a just a bare chest. If you've played the game, you'll understand the reference. And just some armor legs with the like the metal skirt that they wear. And then Royal Guard 2, who uses a Batman torso, except I just painted over the yellow bat symbol to make it look like he was just wearing black armor that really showed like his muscles. I use these cool swords for both of them, and just a simple knight helmet. I think they are very recognizable characters, and I'm very happy with how they look. Here we have more of a background character, but this is Grillby. He runs the Grillby shop or restaurant in Snowden Town, and for him I used a suit and tie with some white arms and orange hands to match his appearance in the game, and then a translucent orange circular piece with some studs and triangle pieces on top to represent like the fire, because he's a character kind of made of fire in the game. And for his sunglasses, I just used a little black Sharpie. Very simple design, but I think he turned out really well. Alright, down to the last three, we have Flowey. This is the first character you encounter in the game, and he was relatively simple to build. I just used a dish piece in white along with this bar with stud on it, and I used a dry erase marker to get details, his little smile and eyes, and behind him I used some black pieces with some yellow circles and half circles, or quarter circles, to match his flower petals. Then of course he has his little stem. So a small character, but he looks really good. Alright, our second to last one, Toriel. She is the second character you meet in the game, and I brick built her head using some eyes, and we have her ears made by I used snot bricks to attach these pieces, and her snout is made using 2 cheese wedges, and her horns up top. Then we have her her purple dress. Now I didn't have many pieces in this color, so I had to paint a couple. Guys, please don't kill me. But I think it looks alright. And then we have her arms, which can move up and down. So pretty good custom, but probably my least favorite out of all of them, just because I had to paint the Legos. Alright, last but not least, we have probably my favorite custom besides Sans, King Asgore. Now, to build him, I used a plain white head, and I sharpied his eyebrows, his eyes, this kind smile on there, and then I used a needle and dipped the tip in paint and just dotted slowly and carefully along her face to make his beard. And for the hair, I didn't have the right hair piece that I could, put horns into, put a crown into, because that just doesn't exist in Lego. So I used some brown clay and just wrapped it around his head and kind of textured it to look like hair. And then I stuck the crown in the horns in there. And for his cape, I cut out a big piece of paper and colored it purple, and I kind of made it like a regular minifigure cape. So it goes on this stud that his head connects to. And for his body is actually quite complex. I used this brick with studs on all sides on it, and I used some bar pieces with studs for the shoulders, and then some more clip pieces to give him more motion. And then for the legs, I kind of made his knee armor and leg armor that can bend like this, so he can hit a lot of good poses. You can have him be kneeling like this. You can have him just be standing like this casually. A very, very posable and dynamic custom. I really enjoy this one. Actually, before we end the video, I have a couple other custom figures from the video game Deltarune, which is made by Toby Fox, the same guy who made Undertale. Now, I have not played Deltarune yet, but I would like to. So I made a couple of the characters from the game that I just wanted to showcase real quick. Firstly, two of them are bigger brick built models. This is Task Manager. I built her using this very interesting technique where it's not actually, the studs aren't actually connected to anything, but instead using a couple of these bracket pieces, everything slides into place and it's just held in there by friction. As you can see, it's not falling off. And she has no arms, like, because she's a robot, her hands just float, which is pretty cool. But I use these transparent studs to kind of make it look like her hands are floating. She has her laser whip here, which is pretty sweet, and then her little tail that has these little things here, which is meant to represent the little like electrical plug thing at the end of her tail. She has her hair in the back and her ears, as well as her two eyes, and the blue buttons on her chest. She also has her flowing cloth there and her shoes. So I really like this type of like the brick built characters, but I think the minifigures fit better in with the scale. Alright, now here's probably the coolest character I've made. This is Spamton Neo, also from Deltarune. Now, I'm pretty sure he's more in scale with the actual minifigures, but he's made using lots of different shapes and colors. And his head was actually built upside down. He kind of has like the ventriloquist, like the puppet style face. And he has his hair in the back, and he has his two wings. And he's on this clear stand, so he can look like he's floating, just like in the game. I really, really like this character, and I'm very happy with how he turned out. Next up are the three main characters of the game. These ones are of actual minifigures. So first up we have Chris. They have this custom little, like their shoulder cape I made out of paper and colored it. And then they have black hair and the blue face with just the mouth, because we can't see their eyes in game. And then for them I built just a regular chest plate and sword. Pretty simple, but good figure. Susie, who is actually probably my favorite character to make. She has her battle axe with some blue paint to represent that like the blue effect on it in game, and the head is of the crocodiles from Chima, which I painted pink and then drew her mouth on with a marker. So I really like that. And then I made her actual hair out of some clay. And for her torso is the jacket, which I gave her like the sleeveless shirt, the sleeveless arms, and some jeans. So I really like how this figure turned out. Lastly, we have Rouse, and he is he's very simple, but I really like how he turned out. He just uses a standard white minifigure head. Then I painted on his little glasses, his eyes, and his mouth. This is very cute. I don't have like a wizard hat in green, so I just used Gandalf's gray hat. And then for his robes, I used two minifigure green capes, one behind him and one in front of him. And then I made his little scarf out of paper. So I think this is a very, very cute little figure, and I'm pretty happy with how he turned out. Well, that's gonna do it for today. Thank you guys for watching, and hopefully I will be able to upload some more content soon. But as always, have a good day, and I'll see you next time.